Why are so many people moving to Englewood, Florida in 2023 and 2024?
We're going to tell you, and we're getting started right now.
The number one reason is the beautiful beaches. Englewood has many different beaches to choose from. Minnesota Key Beach is more of a relaxed atmosphere. More locals typically go to Minnesota Key Beach. Englewood Beach is a little more touristy, and you are able to find prehistoric shark teeth in both beaches.
And lots of seashells.
Yes.
And Englewood Beach also has a little bit more going on as far as like restaurants and shops across the street from it, so you kind of have that going there as well. And then in the middle, so basically Minnesota Beach is towards the north end, and then towards the south end is going to be Englewood Beach, and right in the middle there's bridges to get to each end, and you have to drive to the middle of the key to get to Blind Pass Beach, which is a really cool beach just because it's a little bit more secluded, even more quiet probably than Minnesota Beach, and like the other ones has a little bit more of a rustic feel, I guess you could say.
Yes, more undeveloped, and the parking lot, it's like all sand, which is kind of cool. It makes you feel like you're like in the middle of nowhere almost. And also you can launch kayaks as well as boats here.
Yeah, that's kind of cool because so if the beach, let's see, for you guys would be on this side of the key, on the other side, kind of towards like the water in between the ocean and the mainland is like the kayak launch area. So it's kind of cool that you can get to both sides of the water at that part of the key. And also towards the south end of the key, you have Stump Pass Beach. We haven't been to that one. It's actually part of like a little state park that's at the end of the key. So we can't tell you a ton about it, but we do know that there's a lot of people that go up there and have found some like big shark's teeth and stuff like that there. And yeah, that's about all we can tell you. But that area is kind of cool too because it is a little bit elevated. Mm-hmm. You kind of go up a little bit of a hill and stuff like that, which is a little unusual for Florida to have any hills.
Another reason is that Englewood is a small, quaint town, and a lot of people are drawn by this because they're either looking to move to Florida to retire or to live a more relaxed lifestyle.
And Englewood, I think, suits that perfectly. Venice, where we live, is a little north of it, and it's pretty relaxed. But I think Englewood is like relaxed to the max.
Yes.
It's definitely got that small town charm and feel, and a little bit less hustle and bustle, and just like even with the beaches, like we were mentioning, it kind of reflects the way the city is. There's a little bit less, big condo buildings and things like that, and development going on by the beaches. It's just a little bit more of a quiet, nature-centric and or rustic type feel of a city as a whole. Even I think you can see that reflected in like downtown Dearborn Street. It's just got a little bit more of a small town feel to it.
And even though the downtown was recently revitalized, it still holds its small town, quaint, all Florida feel. And
just as a whole, I'd say the beaches, outside of like maybe spring break time of year, you're really gonna get a little bit more of a quiet feel, just as the amount of people, that are there, both on the roads and the stores, on the beaches, like everything. It's just a little bit quieter, a little more low key and chill compared to a lot of the surrounding cities.
Another big reason people are moving to Englewood is the outdoor recreation. There is a lot of outdoorsy things that you can do, whether that's on the water, off the water. If you're into boating, fishing, kayaking, biking, there's a lot of like different trails that you can walk on. Lemon Bay Preserve is a pretty cool one that you can actually get really close to the bay.
Yeah, as a whole, I'd say Englewood's got some of the nicest, more like nature-centric parks I've seen. Venice, we do that pretty well. I think Englewood's just on par, maybe a little above it as far as having like the nature type trails. Lemon Bay Park is huge. There's just so much to explore. Another great park is Englewood Sports Complex. That's an amazing area. First of all, there is actually a little indoor area there that has basketball courts and like other like little like studios that they could have like little different like fitness activities and things like that going on. But then outside, there's tennis courts, there's outdoor basketball courts, just all kinds of stuff out there. So if you're into like sports and things like that, want to get outside to do it and get some fresh air, which that's the reason a lot of people come to Florida, especially during the winter months. It's perfect for that.
And the basketball courts are actually free to get in. So there is set times where you can just go show up and use them. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot of cities offer indoor basketball courts that are free. Another park worth noting is Indian Mountain Park. They have trails and fishing along Lemon Bay.
And then also with your beaches, of course, you got a lot of outdoor activities to go with those. Looking for shark's teeth, seashells, just building sandcastles, going in the water, maybe surfing if there's some waves on a good day, and all the other different things that maybe you would want to go do in the ocean, go swimming, maybe scuba diving or snorkeling or deep sea exploring. There's a lot to do, but having the access to the water opens a lot of options that you probably wouldn't get if you're living pretty much anywhere inland, or even if you're living in the Northeast by the beaches, you probably wouldn't want to do that in the winter.
Another reason why people are moving to Englewood is all the community events There is always something going on. There is the art festivals in the downtown area. Also arts and crafts at the farmers market.
And on Dearborn Street, they're downtown. They have like little art shops and things like that there too. So got a little bit of that mixed in. And just kind of like the vibe of, you know, like of the buildings and things like that in the downtown area. There's like some little murals here and there and things like that mixed in that really adds to the vibe and the character.
And also the brick that they use, it's art in itself.
Yeah, really, really pretty. The new blue bricks, it's got like little gems and sparkles in there.
Yeah. There's the Holiday Boat Parade, which is pretty cool. Venice has one as well. And it's basically people that own boats. They'll decorate their boats in Christmas lights. Some people will even have live bands in their boats, which is kind of cool. And they will all go down the waterway and people can actually see all these Christmas boat parades. Instead of like an actual parade on land, you have them on the water, which is kind of cool. But Englewood does also have a regular Christmas parade.
Yeah, that goes on the road with vehicles, cars, trucks,
floats,
and some boats actually too, but on the land, on their wheels.
Golf carts, that's a big one here.
Yeah. Englewood also has the Englewood Fine Arts Festival, which includes artists from the area, local artists, and some more regional ones as well. And then Englewood also has a chalk fest that has chalk artists from all over. And there's like food venues, you know, food trucks and things like that going on. A little bit of a festival kind of vibe going to that. So that's something fun to do as well. The next reason a lot of people are moving to Englewood is because golf. Who doesn't want to golf? Especially people that come to Florida. That's kind of like the thing a lot of people come to Florida for, right? Well, Englewood's got you covered. There's a whole bunch of golf courses to pick from. There's some private ones, there's some public ones.
Yes, different communities also that have private golf courses and all the amenities within the community, so you don't even have to leave your neighborhood to go golfing. But if you don't want to be in an HOA community with golfing, then you do have access to a lot of the other public golfing in Englewood and near Englewood.
Yeah, and if you are interested in living in a community with golf in it, call, text, or email our real estate team, 941-221-1897. Call or text anytime. Whether you're looking to move in the next few days, the next few months, we'll always have your back. We hear from people all the time. We love it, and we'd love to help you find that perfect home with a golf course.
Another reason why people are moving to Englewood is the diverse wildlife. There is a lot of different birds. If you like bird watching,
You got spoonbills, storks, heron, egret, I don't know how you say it, aningas, they're called like snakebird is like the slang term for them. They'll actually go underwater and like gulp up these big fish, and you'll see them go down their little skinny necks. There's all kinds of crazy birds out here to see. What are the other ones? The scrub jays. They're protected here.
Yes.
And just a lot of birds that you're not gonna see up north anywhere.
there's all kinds of turtles, gopher tortoises, bobcats.
Those are a little more rare to see though. It's not quite as easy to catch a bobcat. I've seen them twice. You've seen them once.
Alligators, lizards, and occasionally even iguanas.
And then that doesn't even include all the different stuff that's in the water.
Yes.
So you've got, you know, your dolphins, you've got your manatees. Sharks we haven't seen, but maybe, I don't know.
They're probably in the water, right?
And yeah, jellyfish. We actually,
Plankton.
I was gonna say, yep.
Yes.
Every now and then, if you go at night to one of the beaches, which I don't know if you're supposed to be there at night, but there'll be these little glowing, like flashing blue plankton that like are flashing and glowing like on and off that you can only see at night. And you have to really look for them. I remember the first time we saw it was tripping out, like, is this really, we weren't literally tripping up, but we thought we were. Or like, are these real? Is this dangerous? We thought maybe they were jellyfish, but there's just these little harmless blue plankton that you can see at night. So that's something kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's almost like stars.
Yeah.
Like stars in the sky. Well, they're the stars in the water.
It almost seemed like something from the movie Avatar.
Next reason why so many people are moving to Englewood, Florida is affordability. Englewood is still quite affordable for being a beach town and having access to all the different things to do in the area. It's still quite affordable. You can find homes in Englewood in the 300s, but it can get much higher if you're closer to the beach or on Manasota Key Beach. Then obviously it would be a lot higher, but you are still able to find homes in the low to mid 300,000s in Englewood.
Yeah, and possibly even new construction like in that mid 300s price point, which is pretty awesome. And I think that's definitely one thing that's really unique and awesome about Englewood is being able to get something close to the water at that price point, which there's not a lot of places in Florida where that's the case anymore, number one. But then number two, even if you just head a little north, like where we live in Venice, you're gonna pay another 50 to 100K for about the same size and style home. You're gonna get a little bit bigger lots in Englewood. And then on top of that, being in Englewood, you're really close to the downtown in Venice if you wanna go do that, the brand new downtown in Welland Park. And then Englewood itself has its own two downtowns. You've got the Dearborn Street, and then the Englewood Beach is kind of a downtown in a way too.
And as far as the beach goes, you probably would be 10 to 15 minutes anywhere in Englewood really to get to the closest beach, which that's pretty cool, being in the $300,000 range and still being able to get close to the beach. Again, if you want to buy or sell a home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email our real estate team. We'd love to help you. 941-221-1897.
The next big reason a lot of people are moving to Englewood comes down to location. So we just talked about how it's really close to Venice. You're next to Welland Park's new downtown, really close to Northport as well. They got a whole bunch of shopping, and then also really close to Port Charlotte. They've got a mall and a whole bunch more shopping. But then you're also pretty relatively close to like Punta Gorda, which they've got a really cool fisherman's village. The downtown of Punta Gorda is adorable, awesome, lots to do there. And then if you want a little bit more of a big city feel, you're really not too far from Fort Myers. You're talking about 45 minutes to about an hour drive. And Fort Myers has lots to do, great city. You're about 45 minutes to an hour south of Sarasota, and about another half an hour up the road north can get you to Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete, and all their beaches. And then probably about 2.5 hours to Orlando if you want some more like really big city stuff to do in the theme parks and all that kind of stuff.
Another reason is the food scene in Englewood. Englewood has a lot of different cuisines to offer. They have Mango Bistro, which is right in the downtown, which is delicious. A lot of their food is really, really good.
And they got a good variety on the menu. They kind of mix different things in, like there's some Thai, some Caribbean twists, some French, and it's all kind of together. It's awesome.
Farlow's on the Water is another great restaurant in Englewood. It's kind of like American meets tropical.
Yeah, we could say tropical.
It's really good though. They have a lot of different options. It's a little more upscale. And also Texas Best Barbecue. If you're in the mood for barbecue and you're in the area, we totally recommend checking them out. Delicious.
Probably best southern barbecue
in the area
that I've had, period, I think.
Even than the ones in Venice, I would go as far as to say that.
And there's two we really love in Venice, but Texas Best I think takes the cake. Their macaroni and cheese is possibly the best I've ever had. The meat is amazing. Like, yeah, just go there. Trust us.
And the owners are from Texas, and as soon as you park into our parking lot, you can smell the meats being smoked, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, you could, because the smoker's like, I think it's like in the back behind the building, and it's like, yep, I'm ready to eat.
Yes.
Also, obviously, being by the water, Englewood does very, very well when it comes to seafood. At least I can't say that personally, but she can.
Lock and Key, it's really good for seafood. The Waverly, it's pretty cool. I haven't tried their seafood there, but their drinks are really good and their views are amazing. Like you can see the water actually from the second floor. And then there is a lot of live music too in all those little restaurants by the beach, which is also cool and it feels like you're on vacation.
Once again, if you do want to buy or sell a home in the area, be sure to call, text, or email our real estate team. We would love to help you find your dream home.
Make sure to like this video and be sure to subscribe to catch our newest videos.
Thanks for watching and live breezy.